I'm joined by Tom, Senior Content Creator here at Brighton. Thank you so much for your time. So as we were just saying, it's super competitive, the role that you're in, lots of people doing media, marketing degrees. What would your three-step breakdown be for someone who wants to land the role like yourself?
First thing I would say is just to get out there. I don't think the best way you're going to learn doing this sort of role is sort of getting out, filming pitch side, doing social media, writing match reports. And it's really important to gain that experience and probably, it sounds silly, but fail early. Because once you get those failures out of the way and you start to learn, it's brilliant for your development. And yeah, like I say, doing all these different sort of work experiences, whether that be a grassroots, semi-professional, and then slowly working your way up through your leagues, not just in football, but in all different sports, is really, really beneficial. So I'd probably say that's the real key one.
And how can someone go about doing that? How can they go and get experience?
To be quite honest, for me, it was just absolutely pestering as many football clubs as I could to see if one person could take me on. And it was a case where it was just a local semi-professional team for me. And then eventually working your way up through different football league sides. And because where you've got that experience to start with, they'll be more willing to take you on. And obviously working at a Premier League football club now, because you've got those experiences of working through the leagues. And a lot of people in our media team have that. That's really important. And that's why you can get roles in the Premier League.
Yeah. And you just touched upon your journey there, but how did you manage to break into football? You mentioned, non-league and semi-professional clubs.
So I volunteered at my local club, Brentwood Town, did their match reports and social media. And then went to university, studied sports journalism here in Brighton. And that course was really helpful to basically get different types of work experience. And then after university, I worked for my team I support, Leighton Orient. It was a brilliant opportunity to work there. And I eventually got an opportunity working for the foundation of the football club, where I got to learn everything to do with Brighton Hove Albion, the area. And it was a natural next step to go into the football club.
Yeah. So now, like you say, you're here. What are three skills that are vital to your for your role?
Creativity. Probably a lot of hard work, because there are a lot of times where you're going to have to sort of really dig in and work, and especially at games where it's probably quite challenging. You're trying to find good, interesting content when, realistically, the games probably haven't gone your way. Probably just have a bit of openness to football is an ever-changing environment, so it's probably being able to adapt in terms of just content and just working with different people as well. So yeah, being a bit more open-minded, I guess.
And you mentioned the content there. Is it a case of you'll look at maybe what this organisation's doing, or this club, or this sport, and then sort of steal little things and say, should we try that? Or are you just focused on sort of what you're doing here at Brighton?
In terms of creating content, I mean, for me personally, I have a folder on my TikToks where I've basically anything I like,
you put it in there,
I put it in there and sort of take it as bits of inspiration for any bits of content that I produce here. So it's kind of having your head on a swivel that everyone else is producing different types of content. Like, for example, there's so many different types of good content produced in America with like the NFL or the NBA, which can sort of translate over to the Premier League. So it's like being a bit wary of what else is going on. So yeah, I think that's really important.
Awesome. Now, in terms of job interviews, the dreaded job interviews, so many people dread those. How do you like to personally approach them?
I think a massive one is definitely doing research on the company wherever you're applying, because I think it's probably quite easy to fall into the trap that, you have a set CV and you're going to just send that CV to all these different companies. Whereas realistically, you probably do need to tailor it a little bit depending on what's important to that company, and especially the experience that you've got as well. So yeah, I'll definitely say sort of tailoring your experience to whatever the role or whatever the company is.
And then last sort of message to anyone watching this, like I say, maybe they've applied for 50 jobs this year, they've not heard back, or maybe they only got, one interview. What would your last sort of message be to those people?
I'd just say keep going. Unfortunately, it probably is a difficult job market, generally speaking, especially in media. I mean, I've got many great colleagues in my team, and I think it's quite a testament that a lot of people in my team haven't left in the 5 or 6 years I've been here. So it shows that those sort of jobs don't come up often. So just keep going, because it is probably one of the best jobs in the world.
Brilliant. Thank you so much. Cheers, mate. Nice one.